Your American dream is in danger. There's so much going on in the world. All the chaos and stuff we see in the news on a daily basis, it's taken us out of our game. Prices are up on everything. Stock market is down, crypto is down, gold is down. We're in this recession. We've got more people now than houses. What should you do? And if you're taking advice from people that are 3 clicks left of clueless, that might guide you right off the cliff. You know that's true. It's just a mess. And inflation, this is a problem we have right now, and it's not going away anytime soon. And a lot of us don't have solutions to these problems. But to get through it, you're gonna have to look at it all a little differently. Someone like Elon Musk, he's thinking differently these days. Do you realize that if you wanted to take one of his rockets to the moon and you were off just 1 degree, you'd miss the moon by 4,000 miles and end up in another solar system? Do you know you as a person, if I change your direction just 1 degree over the next year, you can financially end up in another solar system? You believe that, right? You know, I had a teacher in high school tell me, "You're not college material." I said, "Hell, I know that." He said, "Get accustomed to digging ditches. And if you dig ditches and enjoy it, hey, God bless you. I don't want to dig ditches." And I met a man who later became my mentor and showed me how money really works. They weren't teaching this stuff in high school, and they don't teach it in college, because you can't teach what you don't know. He showed me some really cool stuff, and it led to some really cool things in life. And then for the last 15 years or so, I've been showing people how to do things that are a little bit different. It's all about positioning yourself on the right side of things. And that 1 degree made a big difference. That's positioning. Then looking at money, we have people with assets, people without assets. Maybe you have some assets, but are you protecting them? Yeah, that's unfortunate. People that don't have any assets, what they're doing is they're working from the bottom up. They're trying to grow some money, hedge some money, and save some money. And wealthy people are trying to protect it. You know, I've got a boy, he's 11, and I tell him, when you grow up, you're gonna do things that only men of real substance want to do. You can do anything you want to do. By letting my boy know stuff and how money really works, it'll change his life. When I do a real estate deal, I don't brag and say I did it. I say, "Look what we did, son. Without you and your suggestions, we wouldn't have done this. You're amazing." And he just smiles. He's getting it. We went to a baseball game recently, and you know what's funny? The people were all happy and going crazy at the game, but they won't get happy or crazy for their own life. See, players win, fans watch. Fans don't win, players do. You gotta get in the game and position yourself the right way. This one thing that my mentor showed me, I showed my son, Matt. I told him, "I don't want you to do what all these television freaks do with real estate. I don't wanna see how many houses you can flip. I wanna show you how to create some wealth." And I said, the best real estate you could choose isn't what everyone else is running to. I showed him one thing, how to buy land, and then resell it to people like a bank does. I mean, you look at some of this land and go, OMG, who would want that? Did you know every pig has its slop and they're happy in it? My son's just out there making pigs happy and getting rich. You know he's gonna make $250,000 over the next 12 months finding this stuff online? I showed him some stuff, and now it's like a video game to him. It's fun. And making money while you're having fun, there's nothing better. Yeah, I signed the papers, but he's doing the work. There's no real estate license involved either. I mean, you might have one, I used to. But showing houses isn't the way to get wealthy in real estate. Your investments can work for you, so you don't work for them. And that's just understanding how money really works. You ever seen somebody and they say they live off of passive income? And you're like, how'd they do that? It's really not that complicated once you understand how to position yourself. And our country is losing their mind. You heard of this guy, Hunter Biden? You know, he's selling ink blots for like $500 million each. Did you know this one guy just sold an invisible statue for $18,000? There's some crazy people in this country, right? You know that's true. You heard of that guy, Jack Dorsey, started Twitter, sold his first tweet for $2.9 million. How stupid you gotta be to buy that? This guy, Beeple, sold this JPEG here for $69 million. I don't know what that buyer was smoking. There's an obscene amount of money in the system right now, and this is what people are doing with it. No wonder the country is in a mess. And then you have this company, Robinhood, that wouldn't let investors get their money out, left them hanging in the wind. You need to have your money under control and invested in better things. People have lost their common sense. When you look at how we got here, no wonder we're in a crisis. And it's a lot worse than you think. You look at the money supply in our country. We are hopelessly in debt, and we're printing money like there's no tomorrow. You know, we're raising interest rates to fight inflation, and then they go print $740 billion for the Inflation Reduction Act. How is that gonna end up? We live in a bizarro world. And you know there's only one way to survive this insanity, right? Here, look at how much money we printed before this new printing. Since 1880 through 2020, your country in the last couple of years has printed more money since George Washington was president. Your dollar is on the way to being worthless. So if you're on a fixed income, you're toast. If you're an employee living on a single salary, you're toast too. But you listen to these fruits, nuts, and flakes on TV, it'll be okay, until one day you wake up and all hell's broken loose, and you're not gonna know what to do. So you need some help. You gotta position yourself right. If you don't think you need help, or don't think this is the place to get it, hang on for a sec. Check this out. I love this part. Real estate is one of the best investments you can make in times like this. It's created more wealth for more people than anything else, and it only multiplies people's wealth during times like this, when you're positioned right. People say to me, I don't wanna be a landlord. I can show you how to do stuff without being a landlord so you can start changing course and get ahead in life. Most people are gonna lose if they don't change course. Some are gonna prosper though, but you got to get in the game if you want to play, if you want to win. This is the big league. You gotta get focused. Do you know you can make money when the market goes down? Most people don't know that because they don't understand positioning. This country is a train wreck right now. I've seen some bad leadership in my life, but nothing like what we got going on now. And maybe that upsets you. So what? What are you gonna do about it? Send out a mean tweet while inflation taxes your bank account, sending you to the poorhouse? Strap in, this is getting real. I say stuff that pisses people off all the time. I was telling a group of people one time about Herbert Whitehouse. You know him? He invented the 401k. And 35 years after he did that, he had serious misgivings about what he had helped start. He championed this thing to fight corruption that was happening inside of pensions. Turns out he created a bigger monster that cheats people out of their money. Yeah, the 401k. Guy in the audience stood up and told me I didn't have a clue as to what I was talking about. Like he knew more about the 401k than the guy that created it. See, there's Herbert right there in the Wall Street Journal. The champions of the 401k lament the revolution they started. Here's a reality check for you. Average balance of a 401k at retirement, $206,000. How long is that gonna last? Maybe until next winter? What's the percentage of 401ks that have at least $1 million? Let me answer that. Less than 1%. How could that be? Look around. When was the last time you saw a 30-something 401k millionaire driving a Lambo? Doesn't happen. People don't want to face reality. You know, Mark Twain said, it's easier to fool people than it is to convince them that they have been fooled. Yeah, you've been fooled. We've been fooled. Done. It happened. But are you willing to be unfooled? Mark Twain says you're not. What do you say? Here's another smart guy, Eric Hoffer. He had something pretty smart to say. He said, in a world of change, the learners shall inherit the earth, while the learned shall find themselves perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists. The world is changing, Buttercup, but it's pretty simple. You just gotta reposition yourself. It's all about knowing things and correcting your course. I wanna tell you something. I had a smart dad. He had a master's degree in aerospace and mechanical engineering from USC. I don't have a master's degree, don't have a degree, period. My dad could read a book in 4 hours. It takes me 4 weeks. In fact, I've got books I've been working on for years. But listen to this. This is huge. My dad worked 38 years, and one day he did the math, and it wasn't adding up financially. He figured he was gonna have to work 15 more years for the plan his financial planner gave him 30 years earlier to pan out. Warren Buffett, you know him. Know what he said? Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. You know, I accomplished financially with Rolls Royce advice in 4 years what my dad couldn't do with his planner's advice in 40 years. And I'm not a better man. Someone just changed my course in life by 1 degree, and now I do that for others. I'm a course corrector. That's what I do now. When you understand what small corrections can do in your life, you can change your life, your parents' life, your siblings' life, your kids' life. You can make a difference. But I meet so many people that are sitting back complacent, and the world's about to kick their ass. It's coming. You know it's coming. But if you know how to do stuff, you ain't worried. Knowledge will set you free. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. I'm doing that for my son, and you can do it for your family. It's just knowing how to do stuff. Here's some good news for you. I'm hosting a class. It's coming up soon, real soon, and we're gonna get real. We're gonna talk about real stuff and how to do things you've never heard of before. And if you're a realtor, I had a real estate license. We're gonna show you stuff that you didn't know you could do. Your broker, in fact, probably told you that you can't. Why would you listen to your broker? I mean, it's right there in their title, broke. Do you know you can buy a property with an IOU? That's how I bought this one. Did you know you can get a property and not personally guarantee the debt, a non-recourse loan? And did you know you can get a loan that will actually pay you to borrow the money? Yeah, negative interest rates. There's other loans that don't look at your credit score even. They just look at what you know how to do. And that's why you gotta know how to do stuff. I showed Cody how to do stuff. Here he is in 2017. He was just 24 years old there when we met. And again, here he is in 2018. And he just sent this pic to me last month. Yeah, that's $1 million. He's 29. And get this, there's no tax on that money. Legally, honestly, ethically, and with Uncle Sam's blessing, he ain't paying tax on that. Anyone can do it, most won't. And that's the opportunity for you. It's all about positioning. Where you are isn't where you're going to be unless you want to stay that way. And if you want to stay that way, it's going to get a little worse. Winter is coming, and some will starve and freeze. Others will snowboard and ski. And if you ain't got a lift ticket, I highly recommend you grab your spot and strap in. I'm gonna arm you with strategies, resources, and the support you need to pull through the mess the American people are in. This isn't about just making money in real estate. It's about saving your future. This is serious business. So if you're looking for the rah-rah event where you can high-five celebrities and rub elbows with the gurus, this is not for you. I know there are a ton of these things out there. I'm in all the same social media feeds you're in. You won't find the dude with the green hair here, or the guy standing in front of the Lambo in front of the bank with check in hand, or the reality star that plays real estate investor on TV. People gotta know how to do things differently more than ever. And saving money or sending your money to a financial planner is not gonna cut it. That's not what I'm talking about. If you take your life seriously and you want to take control of it and steer the ship even, be there. And I ain't charging anything either. Ain't that refreshing? Health, peace, and blessings to you. And buckle up.